So a couple of days ago, we got definitely one of the coolest rares that we've had in quite some time here in Call of the Wild, and that was our melanistic mountain goat, and I mentioned it at the time. It was a silver, and it made me really want to go and do a grind for a gold one, so that's what we're going to start today. But in the process of trying to clear hunting pressure, I decided to go for pronghorn just to see if we could maybe get anything cool for them. And actually there is a pretty cool pronghorn that's just kind of chilling out here. It's a level 5, 88 to 103. I think that's actually right about 300 meters. I'm pretty sure the rangefinder is just off. So it shouldn't be any big deal to just go for it here from the tripod. And I don't know about those horns, but it looks decent. That should bring him down super quickly. Definitely not going to be getting out of our render. And I think that'll be a good way to start, but with that guy down, that's got all the hunting pressure up here cleared, other than a little bit in that area, so we'll go there last. But by the time we go and get him, it's going to be close to 9:30. And all the mountain goats should be into their drink zones by then. So we'll see what we got for our level 5 pronghorn. He is a diamond at 100.1 actually, but he's kind of uneven. It's almost in like an acceptable way, because some of the diamond pronghorn are uneven and just look horrible, but somehow those two horns kind of work. I mean, they're similar in mass and stuff and similar in length, so you could see one having more of a hook than the other. I kind of actually like that, so we may end up replacing one of the diamond pronghorn we have in the trophy lodge with that guy. Not a bad way to get into a mountain goat grind, and I kind of like that it's sort of like a pronghorn grind on the side as we clear pressure. But anyway, I have set up quite a bit for the mountain goat grind already. We have quite a number of tents to kind of help this go quickly. And we'll start up here, I think, at the Tuflons area. Well, that's not exactly how this is supposed to work, but if we can get this guy on the run here, I figured he'd speed up when he got closer to us, but we should be able to get him. Even if that's a little far back, actually we must have lucked out and got like back of the lungs. But the way that this particular setup is, basically we have the tripod somewhere right in front of us. I don't know exactly where I have that set up, but we have a tent over on the other side to fast travel and go and claim those more quickly. And we need to be careful about going for a shot that far away, because of course the render glitch could potentially take that away from us, so we'll have to try to line up something better. We'll claim this guy super quick so we don't end up out of render of it, and then we'll go and line up any shot we can for the others, but just barely, because mountain goat have just giant lungs, we managed to get the back of that one. So the thing about mountain goats is that they usually don't stick around for long, and it's tough to get like a double, so we're just going to go for the biggest one. Hopefully we can at least get 2. We're trying to go for 3 would be, I think, a bit of a challenge. That's going to bring both of them down in our render, so that's no big deal. And there's at least one other we can go for. That's a 3 there. I'd like to get shots down into the heart where we can. Fortunately, I didn't actually know that about this area, but it seems like they do like to path kind of down here instead of straight away from us. So that keeps them in our render for longer. There are some over on this side. I think they're all females in that particular herd. So we may leave them go. And I did see a level 2 male. I don't know exactly where he is, but he was walking down kind of like center of the mountain, kind of to our right, so hopefully we can get eyes on him too. I mean, this guy's walking in behind us, so I guess we'll go ahead and take him. It's actually our last round in that clip anyway. I don't see that other 2. Some of the females are coming back, but I don't see any other males, so we'll claim this 3 quick, and then I think with mountain goat only drinking for about 30 real minutes, having the tents like on the other side of a couple of these lakes that take a long time to run around really should save us a lot of time and allow us to pretty much check all the lakes comfortably, instead of just kind of pushing it to the last second. So if we fast travel over here, I kind of have it between the 2 zones in case we get the opportunity to actually take mountain goat on both sides. But we should be able to quickly run over and claim our 2. I think something that we'll have to pay attention to is when we make these fast travels, since they're going to run like this, we might be able to just randomly get 1 or 2 extra if there are males here, but in this case we don't need to. I feel like I might have counted wrong, because I think there were 3 total, because we got the double and then the other one. I'm not sure if there's 2 right here, or if the other one is back farther, but I do seem to remember shooting 3 over here, and there are 3, so definitely need to pay attention to the numbers. We don't want to just leave any behind. Fortunately, that one being a little further away from where I thought they were kind of reminded me. I feel like it's kind of just a part of hunting mountain goats is going for these longer shots, but the render glitch being a thing is not something I actually considered when I made this setup, because we just have to be a little more precise, and sometimes with grinding that's not the easiest thing to do. We definitely missed the second shot, but these guys are still hanging around. There's even some mule deer in some of these spots. It might be something that we can actually take advantage of it's so hard to tell what's in there, like males or females. They're just chilling though. Guess we'll hit that one. That was a female, so kind of unfortunate, but at least it's going down. And if I counted right, we ended up with 3 that time. We are seeing a lot of silvers though. I mean, that one's close, but maybe it's just the fact that there are usually gold mountain goats in the herds of them. Because I kind of thought when we started this that we'd see more golds than we have, and I'm pretty confident actually that first one we shot was a gold. Pretty sure his estimate was 85 minimum, but it does kind of concern me that we're going to end up with the same thing, like another silver rare spawning eventually. But I don't know, it kind of just comes down to luck, and I mean a lot of level 3s even are gold, so if we can even get just like a big 3 or a 4, we should be fine, or I guess ideally a 5. I did kind of forget I had a tent set up on this side to go and claim stuff, but I'll have to remember that for next time. There is at least one over there, or actually a couple of them, but maybe we can go and get that 3. In this case, it definitely would have been nice to fast travel, because I could have saved this a lot of time since we now have to run all the way back over there. But at least we got one. I really do think, though, that having the tents, especially if we're going to use them, instead of just kind of forgetting about them, is going to make a big difference. That's another male. If he'll stop out there, we'll go for it, and Mountain Goat do that quite a lot, actually. See if he'll just sort of stand still. I think that's going to be a lung hit, it definitely is. So we might as well take that one bonus harvest, but it's around 10:20 now. We still have 3 lakes to get to, although we actually just went to this little spot and it didn't have any, which is really quite odd, so we'll go back and see. But we'll definitely make it to the other 2 in time, and assuming that we actually use all the tents we have set up next time, I think we're set up great to actually hit every spot and like not be there, like I said earlier, at the last minute and maybe miss some. And this does look like another decent 3, another gold 3, and definitely we'll take bonus mountain goats anytime here. So this is potentially the area where we can get the most mountain goats, and it really does depend on the spawn. But we have a tripod here to basically eliminate having to worry about hunting pressure, and it can definitely have just more males that we can actually manage to take out, but seems like right now we mostly have females, then a couple of males over on this side. We'll see what we can do with these 3. We'll try the frontal one first. Usually when you're close, animals will flee more quickly, so we had to get that follow-up really fast. Let's see if he'll do that. Kind of the same thing as before where they slow down really fast. That was almost undoubtedly a vertebrae hit, so it should kill him, but he might kind of run far. I'm surprised he's not going down at all, though. I'm not really sure what to do about that one. We'll see if he maybe comes back or something, because we still have a bunch to go for. That's actually a really nice level 4. Let's get reloaded and try to make a good shot on that one, because level 4 mountain goats making diamond is definitely a thing. He should stop out there. He actually does look quite big. He's going nervous now. Let's see if we can hit him in the lungs. Should be good. And that's going to bring him down. But then there should also be more over here somewhere, unless the spawn is just really odd, and it kind of seems like it might be, which, honestly, if it stays that way, isn't a bad thing. It kind of just has us focus on one area. So the question is, any males that are coming back, are they going to give us decent shots? I don't like that he's walking right at us. That's a little better. That should be a lung hit there. And the only thing is, it's going to be difficult to keep track of everything. So we'll go for one more here. He should kind of turn. Hopefully he'll turn back. I mean, kind of he is. I think that is going to get him in the lungs. And like I said, we have a bunch to claim. So we're going to call that good. I'm not really sure what to do about that one that we hit poorly, because it probably ran out of our render anyway. And I really did feel like that was probably a vertebrae hit, but I want to say even a flesh hit on a mountain goat with the M1 does actually kill them, so he probably is going to end up with the render glitch taking effect. Then we'll actually take advantage of having our tent over here and claim these ones from this side. I want to say there should be 3 total. This is our big 4. That's a gold at 105, and he was a common fur type. I wasn't sure if he was white or common. We have diamonds of 3 of the common fur types, but the white fur type is the one that we don't, so had he been a white and just a little below diamond, that would have been unfortunate, but not exactly what we're trying to get there. And there should, I think, be one more still. Actually, I think we're probably going to be dealing with the render glitch there, because that was already a 300 meter shot, and apparently it was a very low bleed rate, so I guess we just didn't make the shot I thought we did. So this is at least kind of our last leg. I want to go back to that spot I mentioned that just didn't have any because it always does, and I can't understand why there would be no mountain goats there at all. But that's a male. There was another male kind of trotting across. I guess he did hear that, or that's a female. I'm not sure where that one got to, but there are others. There's that guy there. That's going to be, I think, another hard shot. I'm still not sure where that one got to, but this is kind of what we see in the Sun Sisters area. I think that was a hard shot as well. I'm guessing, though, there's a mountain lion that's kind of messing with them, because I don't know why they'd be sort of spooking the way they are, but that's a level 2 male, and then I think there's just that one that we couldn't figure out where he went. One time we don't make a hard shot, but he's definitely going to go down in our render. I don't think there's any to drink over on that side, so real quick we'll kind of scan around, but I think pretty much everything running off is females. We got 3 or 4 to claim. Not too bad, all things considered. Again, though, a lot of what we saw were kind of like lower levels. That was a gold 3 to start with, and by the way, that's the white fur type that I was talking about I'd like to get a diamond of. But I'm not sure still if it was 3 or 4. I really need to do better about actually counting them. I think it might have been 4, but I'm gonna say 1 gold. I'm pretty sure if there was another 3, it wasn't very big. And then the one over there is just a 2, but at least there were actually 4. We'll check and see the size of this guy just to look at it. It was 87 gold, so I mean, I guess half of them were, so our odds aren't terrible if we could actually get a rare to spawn for it to be a gold or better, but I definitely am seeing less golds than I kind of thought we would. Just hopefully if we get another rare, it doesn't look like that, but I actually just noticed there are some nervous mountain goat drinking over there, and there's actually one max weight estimate one, so I'm definitely trying to get that. I'll also definitely reload to try to get 2 of them. But I wasn't aware we had any mountain goat drinking over there, and I definitely thought if there were any, they were females. So that's actually good to see. There's more at this lake than I realized. But as soon as he lifts his head, we'll kind of go for, hopefully, a hard shot. Definitely not what we got. And then, as for the 2, we hit it, but not well. So at this point, we're going to kind of try to make sure he goes down. I don't think we're going to get him in render unless he sort of just hangs around. Maybe we are? I feel like that's going to be so close. He just went down, so at least we'll get him. And I don't know what this guy's doing, but we only shot 2. We're not going to delete a zone by hitting the 3rd one. That's just 1 bonus respawn along the way, and I think actually because we shot the 1 female mountain goat earlier, that is officially 20 males now. The level 2 that barely died in render would have been our 20th goat, but because there was the 1 female, it's kind of a respawn that doesn't do quite what we want it to do. Now, I would absolutely say that this hasn't been the smoothest run through. By the way, that was a right lung shot. He's kind of standing right where we shot him, so I guess he didn't really run anywhere. But we're kind of just now starting out to test this particular setup, and the fact that we managed over 20 in 30 minutes is still quite good. And I think maybe with some refining and kind of figuring out the best kind of way to go around it, we should be looking pretty good to get as many mountain goat as possible in that time frame, and hopefully get a good sized rare to spawn one of these days. I am just losing track and losing count of everything. I think that's that last one we shot, and then our 2 actually shouldn't be too far away, and he almost had to have been just like within a couple of meters of leaving our render, and it was sort of because he ducked, I think, that we didn't get much of anything there. It is just before 11:30, so technically there's a chance they could still be over here, and I want to look, but we did sort of make it here and just didn't see anything, so even though we didn't really get to check every spot the way I wanted to, we still went to every location, and I'm assuming at some point we'll have goats back here even if they weren't here today. And we do actually have just 1 running around over there now, so I'm not sure where he was earlier, because it's not like we got here at the beginning of their drink time or anything. Pretty sure that's going to drop into a lung, and I'm curious if there's any others walking around then. There's definitely one there, another male, so we're going to be looking pretty good then. It's going to be 22 or 23 then. That'll definitely help to just drop him. And actually, while I was setting this up, I only remember seeing the 2s, so maybe that's going to get all fresh respawns up here. But in general, like I said, we got over 20 male mountain goat. Next time we come out to this map and do another run, it's going to be looking pretty different with the amount of respawns we'll have. So I think at least looking at that, another gold 3, and he is at 86, and then definitely a silver with the second one we shot, but definitely not too bad. Like I said, for our first run through, we ended up making it to all the spots that mountain goat drink at. And by the way, if you're curious, it's basically this lake, this lake, this lake, this lake, and this lake. Sometimes you can get them down here, but on my map they never are. So those are the locations we're hitting, and they're the only spots you'll see mountain goat drinking. So if you go there during their drink time, you'll see pretty much every mountain goat on the map. But anyway, although we didn't get any trophy mountain goats on that run, we did get the diamond pronghorn to start with. So we'll go back to the lodge. I'm not really sure if we are going to replace anything yet, but we'll take a look. So this, I want to say, is our first diamond pronghorn, but I'm really not a big fan of that set of horns, so I think we'll actually replace him with a new one from today. When I kind of picture a trophy pronghorn, like, this is what I think of with those taller horns and the bigger hooks. So I'm pretty pleased with that. And because he's a little bit uneven, but in a good way, he's just sort of unique and definitely not like any others we have here in the trophy lodge. So not a bad thing to be displaying that over the other one. And yeah, definitely not a bad way to be starting out the mountain goat grind either. We got 20-something males, and of course a little diamond pronghorn along the way as we're just clearing pressure. Definitely doesn't hurt either. But anyway, that is going to do it for this video. So thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time.